Well, hello, my friends, and meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Now, today on my quest to give you the greatest, best metal slop content out on the internet,
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
we're going to be looking at LOUDWIRE's top 25 metal songs the last 25 years. So, best 25 songs of the last quarter century, or the first quarter century of the 21st century. I guess if that makes any sense to you. But before we begin, I just want to give a huge shout out to Simon at Pull the Plug Patches. He so kindly sent me this beautiful, beautiful Death long sleeve, which I believe is a remake of a French tour shirt. Very, very cool. I love it. Fits so nice. I love it. He also sent me this really, really gorgeous Sound of Perseverance shirt. Another thing that I really like about their shirts is they're extremely comfortable and they're very nice, high quality merch, which is a rarity these days. You know, it's not that Gildan bullshit, right? It's very nice, high quality merch, and all their merch is actually officially licensed. So when you buy something from them, you are supporting the artists, the bands, and their families. Link is in the description. Go check them out. Thanks again, Simon. You're the best. You're the man. And yeah, let's get into the list here, guys. So let me just resize myself back down so you can see. Now, right off the bat, I got some concerns. First of all, it's listing record labels. Where'd it go? Well, I don't know what happened there, but anyways, that said like Century Media, like Roadrunner, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, let's go on here. Here are the best 25 metal songs of the last 25 years. It has been a wild ride since 2000 dawned, a new age for metal with an explosion of subgenres and hybridization, blah, blah, blah. Who cares?
You asked me if I care.
Here, Jim.
First of all, who's writing this? Does it say who's the author here? Oh, it just says LOUDWIRE staff. Okay, LOUDWIRE staff. I'll be judging you guys on that. Oh, nice. I just refreshed the page and I got a million more ads. Great. Let me just zoom in here, get rid of some of those. Okay, cool. So the first one they are going to release is Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. Let's see the reasoning here. After the passing of Jimmy the Rev Sullivan, Avenged Sevenfold had a hell of a lot to prove going into Nightmare. The album's title track featured a lot of the Rev's writing, and the rest of the band brought it across the finish line, and it's a true testament to how good of a songwriter he was. Rest in peace, the Rev. I agree, rest in peace, the Rev, one of the greatest drummers. Underrated backing vocalist, too. He's a great backing vocalist as well. This pick, I think you could reasonably put Avenged Sevenfold on here. I'm not sure if I would pick this song exactly. To be honest, maybe I would put Beast in the Harlot, you know, maybe Afterlife. Like, that was a huge song in... whichever song was in Rock Band 1. I think it was Afterlife or Almost Easy. One of those two. I can't remember exactly which one. You could probably put those. Beast in the Harlot or... yeah, oh yeah, Bat Country. Yeah, you could probably safely put Bat Country on there as well. Instead of Nightmare, and I think that would have been okay. But Nightmare, definitely an okay pick. I'm not mad. Not upset so far. Baby Metal, Gimme Chocolate. Okay. Baby Metal and their brand of kawaii metal showcase heavy music in a manner that had never been done before, not even with all the genre mashing that had been happening through the 21st century. Lyrically, Gimme Chocolate deals with health concerns and societal standards, body image, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. I think you could put Baby Metal on here. I don't think this is not my favorite Baby Metal song for sure. I used to be like big into Japanese cars, like JDM cars. Like I watched Initial D and that just changed my life for the next like 5 years after that. So I was kind of into a lot of Japanese metal for a time, and I was really into Baby Metal when this came out. Was it Kitsune Baby Metal? I think Kitsune means fox, right? To be honest, like, I think this song is the best use of that kawaii sound, as well as like a lot of the more classical, folky Japanese instruments in there. I think this is the best song that they've ever done, to be honest. Like, this sort of showcases it in a less gimmicky, more serious manner of this sort of genre mashing. I really quite like it. $11 years ago. God damn. How time flies. But yeah, I think you could put that here and I'd be okay with that. But Gimme Chocolate, ignore that. That's just my views. Go watch my video. You know, I think that's not a bad pick. I think Baby Metal should be on here just for their popularity. Like, I mean, 93 million views. Like, bro, like that's, you know, that's not something that you can just ignore and write off as gimmicky bullshit, you know, true hater shit. You know what I mean? So let's keep going on. So that was number 2. The Black Dahlia Murder, what a horrible night to have a curse. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I think this is a great pick. Nocturnal, rest in peace, Trevor. This is one of the best metal albums of the 2010s. I do need to make a video on this whole album at some point, but man, I listen to this album like all the time. And one of the most important songs. Like, not only is this just a really, really great, solid song in general. Was this song, I think this song was also in Rock Band, was it not? Oh, okay. So it was DLC to Rock Band, but still, I remember playing that more than a few times at people's houses during Rock Band, right? And for people my age, you know, like if you guys are older or maybe younger, I'm not sure if you had the same experience, but a lot of the stuff that was in Rock Band really influenced my taste, right? Like going forward. And not only was, you know, What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse just a great banger song, it referenced that Castlevania thing, right? The angry video game nerd. That's, you know, that's how I made that connection. I never played that when I was younger, but you also had that great DVD that they put out right back in the time where bands would put out band DVDs. I think that was called Majesty or something like that. I think was the name of the DVD, like over and over and over again. But yeah, What a Horrible Night to Curse. I'm not mad. So far, not mad at all at this list, although I'm really trying to be. Bullet for My Valentine, Tears Don't Fall, 2006. 2006.
What the hell?
I don't think that came on 2006. Yeah, 2005, bro. Come on, Loudwire. You guys, come on. Tears Don't Fall, one of the key tracks in metalcore's 2000s emergence. My Bullet for My Valentine's. Bullet for My Valentine's, not My Bloody Valentine. That's a different video. Tears Don't Fall is a banger seeped in regret over a doomed relationship. Yeah, dude, totally. I think this is a great pick for this list as well. Just last month, I was just at karaoke at a friend's house, and somehow they had Tears Don't Fall on the list, and like all the guys, like 6 guys, like even the people not really into metal, kind of got up and everyone was singing the song, right? Your tears don't fall, they crash around me. And I'm not even saying this with like nostalgia goggles, because didn't even listen to this album in full until like 2022. So I'm not even like talking with nostalgia glasses here. It's just a really, really fantastic, absolutely solid, catchy album with tons of riffs, great vocals, great youthful energy on this album as well. Yeah, I think you could put Tears Don't Fall here. Maybe you could also put Waking the Demon, maybe you could put in here. But I think if you're going to pick one song off this record, you're probably going to go with Tears Don't Fall, even though I think 10 Years Today is my favorite song off that one. So yeah, I agree with that pick. So far, a nice spread, right? Kind of leaning more heavily towards metalcore side. That'll probably piss off a lot of the camo short wearing metalheads who like to insult people by calling them posers, which is supposed to hurt their feelings for some reason.
You just made the list!
I don't know, bro. You're going bald. Who cares what you have to say? So let's move on. Okay, Bring Me the Horizon, Shadow Moses, 2013. Yes, this song, I remember the release for it. I was in first year of university. And yeah, I remember watching that video with like the trippy, like, I don't know, it's like, let me just look it up. Yeah, it has this kind of like trippy, almost trying to look a little bit 3D kind of thing going on here. Yeah, really great song. Very, very extremely influential on, you know, like the metalcore that would be released after this. Like, absolutely. Bring Me the Horizon, not one of my favorite bands of all time, but I really, really do enjoy this album, Sempiternal. So many great songs, just really, really solid, well-written songs packaged in a very, very heavy and polished metalcore format. This is sort of like the peak of that metalcore sound for me, along with like Architects when they released the Holy Trilogy of their albums, right? Those are really what I think metalcore is defined to me to be. I know people who are older probably see it more as like the Kill Switch, and people who are even earlier probably see it as like Botch and Converge and that stuff, but that's sort of like metalcore's, you know, forever evolving sound to it, if that makes any sense to you guys. You know what I mean, right? So I think this is an absolutely great addition to the list, and I don't think you can argue against it. Like, how many views does Shadow Moses have? Again, like 96 million views. Like, that's huge. Like, that's not a light song, right? Yeah, great pick. All right, so this is the earliest song on the list so far. Children of Bodom, Needles 24/7, 2003, just before the new wave of American heavy metals. Why do we call it this? Just call it like American metalcore or American groove metal. I don't know why we still hang on to this very, very confusing and not very well-defined sound. Anyways, I think you could definitely put Children of Bodom on here. Personally, maybe I would have gone for Are You Dead Yet? That was sort of like the great mix of their mellow death sound with some very catchy songwriting and the more like thrash kind of groove metal influence that they're leaning towards here. But I think Needles 24/7 you could definitely put on here as well. I'm not upset with that. Although I think 6 Pounder is the best song off this album. Yeah, a good pick, good pick. Nice spread of genres so far. You know, this list is actually pretty good. Dragon Force Through the Fire and Flames, 2005. Yeah, honestly, bro, I think you could probably even put this, like, they're not ranking these, they're just sort of like listing 25 songs here, but like list it. I think you could put Through the Fire and Flames, top 5, easily. Like, how many non-metal heads are aware of Dragon Force through Guitar Hero 3? And this is sort of a very common theme that I'm noticing with this list here. A lot of these songs were featured in those sort of music rhythm games of the late 2000s. Like, how many copies did Guitar Hero 3 sell? Blah, 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 blah. One of the GOAT games. Like, I played a ton of this, although I wish I would have just practiced real guitar in hindsight. In March 2011, the game had become the top-selling game with almost $1 billion in sales. That is absolutely insane. How many kids played Guitar Hero 3, or people who never even heard of metal, heard about the hardest song in Guitar Hero history, right? Through the Fire and the Flames. Really great extreme power metal. And yeah, I think this is a great choice and absolutely one of the greatest songs in the last quarter century. Absolutely. Gojira, Flying Whales. Yep, totally. I don't have anything to say about this. Like, you could probably put Art of Dying or maybe Toxic Garbage Island as well. But, you know, Flying Whales 2005, like, what a distinct sound that they brought on 2005. Like, and yeah, man, like, what a just fantastic song. And honestly, bro, like, you go listen to it now and it sounds like someone could have released it today. Like, it still sounds modern. It still sounds fresh. It still sounds exciting. It's progressive. It's heavy. It's mysterious. And those whale sounds, bro, like, come on, bro. Come on. Yeah, totally. Absolutely agree with this here. Iron Maiden, The Wicker Man. Okay, so this is one from the year 2000. Welcome back, boys. We're joined by singer Bruce Dickinson and guitarist Adrian Smith. Iron Maiden forged ahead on a 6-piece, roaring back with a now classic, The Wicker Man. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, like, Iron Maiden's comeback song. Yeah, okay, cool. I think you could put this on here. Greatest songs of the last century. You know, like, I like the song quite a bit and I love this album, but would I consider this, you know, the reason why they're putting this in here, right, was like the return of Bruce, right, the return of the true Iron Maiden sort of thing, right? But if you're gonna put any Iron Maiden song on this list, it should absolutely be Passchendaele, by far the best song of Bruce's second run. But okay, The Wicker Man, okay, not bad. Ginger, Pisces. Yeah, I think you could put this on here, man. Like, the reaction content extraordinaire, insanely iconic video or live playthrough. I think they just played the song audio over top, but you know what I mean? I'm sure all of you have seen reaction content. Like, my wife and I did it. Yeah, too. You know what I mean? Like, that video must have like billions of views spread across all the reaction channels and the video itself. You know what I mean? Think of the reach that has had. And not only that, but it's a really great song and a great album from a really, really solid prog metal band. Great pick. I don't think how anyone could argue against this. Yeah, excellent. Killswitch Engage, The End of Heartache.
Very nice.
Totally. Yeah, 100%, bro. Maybe you could put like This Curse, or maybe you could put like This Fire Burns, just due to CM Punk's like entrance theme. He used it for a while. The melodic metalcore sound was like perfected here. You know, great singing, great riffs, heavy breakdowns. Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't say anything against this so far. Knocked Loose, Counting Worms. Okay, first of all,
What the fuck?
it was not on A Different Shade of Blue. It was on Laugh Tracks. Who fact-checked this, bro? Like, huh? Yeah, arf, we get it. You know what, man? You know, like, as much as it pains me to say that maybe you should have picked a different Knocked Loose song, because they're more than just this gimmick, for sure, right? This is the song that, you know, got me into Knocked Loose. Someone had played me something from Pop Culture, their first EP, before it came out, and I thought that was, like, kind of cool, you know, kind of like hardcore stuff that was pretty heavy. But it wasn't until Counting Worms came out that I actually got into the band, right? I had heard the memes and saw the memes, and they did a really smart job by packaging Counting Worms with the song, I think it was Billy No Mates on the music video. I can't remember exactly. Let me just look it up. Yeah, so they packaged it with Billy No Mates as well as included Counting Worms. So it wasn't just like the minute-long video of Counting Worms, right? You had Billy No Mates, which showcased what the band was also doing, right? So you watched for the meme, for the arf arf, but you heard what they were doing otherwise. And to me, that's sort of very low 7-string, hardcore, really, on the precipice of metalcore with a lot of death metal influence as well. Really, really struck a chord with me. And like ever since then, Knocked Loose has been one of my favorite bands. I listen to laugh tracks all the time. In university, I love their newest album. Fantastic stuff. I think Sitting Born's the best song they've done. Can't argue with this. Knocked Loose, great example of a band just working really, really hard and putting out great music for a sustained period of time, achieving great success because of it. I don't have anything to say about this. I think that's a great pick. Korn, Here to Stay, 2002. For some reason, I always kind of forget like Korn was a thing in 2002. Let me listen to this song here. Could this be a more 2002 music video? Is it just me, or does like Jonathan Davis's, whatever you want to call his microphone stand, look like something that would have been on like a Carcass album cover? It makes me uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, okay, like most influential, but does influential equal great? I don't really think those two are the same. Like something could be influential, but not necessarily that great, if that makes any sense to you guys. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I would pick a different Korn song. I think Korn maybe kind of has to be on here, but I don't know. Lamb of God, Laid to Rest. I think absolutely. I think this song was also in Guitar Hero. I think this was in Guitar Hero 2. If you can recognize a song just by the drum part that's being played, you know you created a great song. One of the greatest metalcore songs of all time. Insanely catchy breakdowns. Very catchy chorus, despite it's all being screamed. Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I think you kind of almost have to put a Lamb of God song in here. And Laid to Rest is probably the best song. Yeah, good pick. Another good one. Lorna Shore to the Hellfire. Again, I gotta say, there's a nice mix of genres. Although they're missing a lot of like heavy death metal. But maybe we'll see. I think we still got like half the list. But to me, again, sort of in the same vein of Pisces, just the amount of exposure that people have gotten to this song through like reaction content has been crazy. Actually, I haven't done this song with my wife yet on our series, Normie Wife Reacts, but I'm sure you've seen that, right? Some of the craziest vocals of all time. Sort of a really interesting blackened symphonic deathcore sound, which to be honest, I'm not like the biggest fan of, but the novelty factor of hearing a guy sort of snarl like a velociraptor is insanely memorable and catchy, and that acoustic guitar motif that goes throughout and plays throughout, I think is very, very fantastic. It's a very, very well written and very, for lack of a better word, influential song. Like, just think of how many bands since this have been trying to do just the most grotesque, disgusting vocals of all time, for better or for worse. You know what I mean? I think you could put this top 25 greatest quarter-century songs of all time, I think, quite easily. Again, like I said, similar to Pisces, just think of how many billions of views this is probably racked up over all the reaction channels and stuff like that. Yeah, good stuff. I think that's a great pick as well. Mastodon, Blood and Thunder, another song that was in Rock Band. I think this was in Rock Band 1, or maybe it was Guitar Hero 2 or 3. This song was in another one of those, as well as I think this was in a Need for Speed soundtrack at some point. I'm not the biggest Mastodon fan, I'll be honest with you guys, but this song rips. Great cover art. I should have put this on my list of greatest cover arts of all time for sure. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Could you put this like the greatest top 25 songs? Dude, I don't know. Like, maybe. This is a firm maybe. Like, it's up there. Top 50 for sure, but top 25? I don't know. Put this down as debatable as well. Okay, yeah. Bleed? Yeah, okay, sure. I think you could easily put this top 5 most influential songs. Not only for like its influence on Gent and that whole sound, just the absolute ferocity of the rhythms in this song, and the fact that it's so popular despite being insanely abrasive and difficult to listen to. Meshuggah, one of the GOATs for sure. Easy. This is an easy pick for me. Absolutely agree. Nightwish, Nemo. Okay. The lead single from Nightwish's breakthrough 5th studio album, which was also the last one with their vocalist Tanya. Basically, it's a song about imposter syndrome, basically, more or less. I've heard this song, but it's been a long time. Yeah, like that 64 million views. Like it's hard to argue with any time you get like past 50 million views, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a great song. It's been a really long time since I heard that song. Probably like 20 years, to be honest. No, not 20 years, like 15 years probably. Yeah, you know, if you wanted to, you know, be more than friends, you know, with that, you know, the big titty goth girl who was working at the flea market selling the metal shirts, you probably had to like Nightwish, man. And you know what? All fairness to Nightwish, symphonic metal, I don't really think anybody has done it better. Epica maybe, but there's such a great mix of just great musicianship, catchy melodies, and not being too overindulgent. They really sort of kept it very tasteful, I found. And I think that's the main appeal of Nightwish for a lot of things. I gotta do a video on Nightwish at some point, but I think you can agree with this song. You sort of need a symphonic metal song at some point in this list, right? You gotta cover all your bases, and I think they're doing a really good job so far, so agree with that pick. Power Trip, Executioner's Tax, Swing of the Axe. Once this Texas Troop... This just seems like Chat GPT, bro. Like this Texas Troop. Who writes like that? Yeah, I think you could safely put a song from this album on here as one of the greatest. This is a fantastic album. Very, I wouldn't like say influential, as kind of like what can you really do with thrash metal anymore, but they really sort of gave thrash metal a much needed fresh coat of paint here on this album. Yeah, I think I agree with this. That's not a bad pick. Sleep Token, The Summoning, off of 2023's LP. Okay, this is a very interesting one, because it sort of all is predicated on if you think that Sleep Token is metal or not. And I think they are a metal band, but it's sort of more... Like, it's not like your traditional metal, but I don't know how to describe it. Like, modern pop. I don't know what to say, but they definitely have metal elements in their music, and I don't think that can be ignored. They really, you know, focused and honed their sound. Like, the earlier stuff, you know, Jaws, that sort of thing was very cool, but it didn't really feel as cohesive and concise as it could be. And then when they released in 2023 Take Me Back to Eden, I really gained them a lot of mass appeal, right? You sort of had those catchy moments where he's doing like the crooning, right, with the funk beats, the heavy, super down-tuned low stuff with the grand synths and the sing-along melodies. I think maybe not top 25, but they are very popular. I think you can go top 20, top 50 easily for this, and I wouldn't be upset. Top 25, definitely debatable. But yeah, Sleep Token's good. I enjoy Sleep Token. Slipknot, Duality, 2004. I'm just always reminding me of this video. Don't tell me where I first found this video, bro. I have no clue. Don't ask me where. Yeah, Duality. I think you could probably put this on here. I think you kind of have to put a Slipknot song on here, just based on the fact that like they're one of the biggest bands. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to deny popularity, even though I'm not the biggest Slipknot fan personally. Maybe I would put Before I Forget on here rather than Duality. I don't know. Yeah, okay, I agree. A little bit of reluctant agreeance, I guess, but you know, here we are. Spirit Box, Holy Roller. You know, I really like the song, but bro, one of the top 25 greatest quarter-century songs of all time. I don't know, bro. Okay, if you're gonna put any Spirit Box song, you have to put Constance. Like that's one of the best metal songs ever written in just terms of sheer emotional impact. 100%. Holy Roller, I'm gonna have to disagree with this one. I think this is the first one that I'm like hard at disagreeing with. Top 100, maybe. Top 50, debatable. Top 25, no, I'm sorry, Spirit Box. I love you guys. Constance, I would definitely put top 25, though. You know, I almost kind of forget this is part of the same century as this, or quarter century as this. Like, it just seems just worlds and worlds apart. Oh, yeah, you know, can't even argue with this. Yeah, totally, absolutely. Like, how many, I think this video is like almost 1 billion views. Yeah, shit, 1.4 billion views. Dude, if your song is in karaoke books at like boomer karaoke bars, that's how you know it's a really great song. Top 25, absolutely. 100% agree. Tool, Schism. I also forget this is a 2000s album as well. Schism, okay. I think maybe you could put a Tool song on here. Top 25 though, bro. I love Tool. I enjoy Tool. I don't know. Maybe I would put like The Pot instead here. Vicarious, maybe. I don't know. Schism, right? I don't know. Okay. If I think about it just terms of influential and great parts. The bass line, you know, okay. I'll say debatable, but I think you could have picked a different Tool song for this. Trivium, Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr. I kind of disagree. Trivium to me has always been, despite the fact that I think they're just as popular, if not more, they've always been sort of second fiddle to Kill Switch Engage and Bullet for My Valentine. Like, it just, I don't know. It seems to be more for like thrash metal enjoyers, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to disagree with Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr. Where is it? Oh my God. I'm going to disagree with Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr. I feel like they just put this song in because Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium are doing their, 20 years of the Ascendancy and the Poison tour. And I feel like they just kind of put it in, maybe to, I don't know, get Matt Heafy to shout them out on Twitch or something like that. I don't know. Like maybe top 50. Maybe, bro. Maybe. But I'm just, not the biggest Trivium fan, to be honest. Love Wolf from Valentine, love Kill Switch Engage, but Trivium just never really seemed to click to me. I don't know. I'll disagree with this one. Bro, was that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, okay, that was it. Yeah, I'm definitely missing a few. To put this as the last one, bro.
Impossible. Perhaps the archives are incomplete.
There are definitely a few snubs here. First of all, and I think biggest of all, we're missing any gent of any kind. Meshuggah, they're kind of gent, but they're not really like the gent that I think people think of, right? I think you safely could have put a Tesseract song on here. No Periphery is also very surprising. I feel like Periphery, Icarus Lives, you could put Scarlet, you could do Make Total Destroy. Like, those are crazy influential songs on like the all metalcore, like going forward, and even like deathcore, right? The down-tuned with the pop vocals. So insanely, absolutely iconic. And you only really had one song that was like even sort of like death metal at all, right? In What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse. I think you definitely could have included Doomsday by Architects. For sure. Like, you definitely could have included Doomsday by Architects. This is one of the most influential songs, easily, of the last decade. Again, Epitaph, 2004. This was released. You could have put anything off this on there as well, and I think people would. Like, are you saying me that Epitaph isn't one of the greatest albums of the last 25 years? Huh? It just, a lot of the extreme metal is very snubbed. Like, you could have gone The Faceless. Like something from Planetary Duality, too. Like, that's an insanely influential record. To be honest, I was also very surprised to not see Born of Osiris on here of any kind. Like, now that I'm, thinking about this a little bit more, there is nothing from any of the Sumerian record label bands. Like, none of them. And again, I'm looking at this here. I think that's the reason why. I feel like this is sort of like a paid article. Not accusing Loudwire of anything. Get the bag. Get the bag, bro. I understand. But you're missing a lot of very influential bands. Like Veil of Maya. Just think of all the Sumerian bands, man. Veil of Maya, Asking Alexandria, No Attack. No Attack on here is actually beyond crazy. Especially if you're going by popularity and sort of like influence. Attack was up there, and I'm sure all you camo shorts wearing, overweight, balding guys are going to say that metalcore is just gay and it's not really metal, but I totally disagree. Definitely metal. Not maybe in like the same way of metal that you think, but yeah, dude, no Linkin Park on here? Bro, dude. Like, I'm just realizing now, not having In the End in here is a little bit outrageous for sure. Faint. One Step Closer. A lot of things are getting snubbed here, like especially if you're trying to include like all genres here, like Epitaph, Necrophagist not in here is absolutely beyond. Okay, let's look at the beyond inexcusable picks here. I would say Necrophagist, Linkin Park for sure. Oh, dude, yeah, okay, yeah. Noopeth is also a crazy outrageous admission. Like Blackwater Park, that was like 2001, wasn't it? Yeah, 2001. Like, to not have anything off Blackwater Park on here is absolutely outrageous. Like, bro, like, what do you think? You're telling me you put Trivium, Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr over something off of this album? Bro. Bro! Yeah, it's definitely a lot of powerful omissions here. And, like, I get it. You're probably, like, picking by committee here, right? But for nobody on that committee to pick Opeth or Necrophagist, bro, like, that's absolutely beyond inexcusable. Especially, okay, you had Blood and Thunder on here over anything from Opeth. Like, at the very least, we had Gojira. Yeah, and I guess now that I'm looking at this too, bro, like, you definitely could have put Winter Sun on here. This came out 2004, like, Beyond the Dark Sun. Definitely put that up there. That was one of the best things. Maybe you could put Sons of Winter and Stars. Love those albums. I think those are hugely, hugely influential. Devin Townsend, you probably definitely could have put something from here, especially, again, you know, similar into the same vein as Pisces and To the Hellfire, his performance of Kingdom at the EMG clinic or whatever it was. Just how many billions of views has that racked up for reactions as well. Yeah, you know, the more I start thinking about this list, like No Linkin Park, the more I'm getting actually upset about it here. I'm not gonna lie, the songs that they picked initially were very, very good, but the more I think about it, the more I'm just getting a little bit upset. But again, yeah, like, okay, looking at this here, like, Job for a Cowboy, Canadian Juno, for crying out loud. You know, as Blood Runs Black, like, their first album, Allegiance, man, like, I think this is truly some of the most influential stuff that had ever been released in the 2000s. But again, influential, does that mean great? Popular, does that mean great? You know what I mean? Like, it's all... So I can kind of forgive them. I can kind of forgive them a little bit here. But yeah, I think that'll be all for today. I could just spend hours going over their emissions, but I got some other work to do. So leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys think of this list here. What emissions did they miss? I really think Opeth, Linkin Park, Necrophagist, Periphery, and Architects are all sort of inexcusable omissions to me. You got 5 of those there. You could replace 5 songs with songs from those bands. For sure. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've been Varvis. Thank you for watching. Cheers.